sorry that this area is kind of like dark, but I just got to do one more thing before it gets started because so I don't want this guy waiting the waiting room. Sorry. I was supposed to interview him I think it was Monday, and I think I was supposed to interview him Monday, and I think our schedules end up getting messed up, and probably on my end. So let me okay. All right. Okay, wrestling talk. See, that's why I need another phone. Uh, really? Um, prank calls. I know I'm a little bit behind, but let me get that. Go live on here. So everybody can see me. So hopefully, no more interruptions. So let's get this recorded. Where's it? Record.
This meeting is being recorded.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a special edition of WFSO Wrestling Talk with yours truly. I think the thing was it was probably my fault with the scheduling for Monday because I was supposed to interview this guy I think this past Monday and I think it was like my mistake and took a long nap and stuff like that. So yeah, insane. But yeah, I'm gonna oh yeah, there's some other stuff going on too that I can't explain it, but it got something to do with the show that was gonna happen in September, but I can't talk about it right now. But what I'm going to do, but I do have an idea what I'm going to do. But anyways, move on to that. Let's get into our guests here. So he's a podcaster. Get to interview with wrestlers, more popular ones than yeah, you get the idea. So without further ado, let's bring him in. Stanley Karr. Yeah.
Hello.
Hey there. What's going on?
Hey man, thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, I should be the lucky one. I saw some of the people you have been interviewing. Like, wow. So I should be thanking you.
Of course, no problem.
But yeah, I guess we can get started. What got you into the business, podcasting and interviewing with like wrestlers?
So as someone that has a radio background, I decided after a couple of years of doing radio, and I took a podcasting class where I work over at a community college in the greater Nashville, Tennessee area. I decided to do a wrestling podcast, but if I was going to do a wrestling podcast, I wanted to do something different that not a lot of people had really touched on before, as you know. So there really wasn't really anything involving talks about charity work or volunteering or anything like that. So I decided to do something along those lines, and Wrestling with Heart was born. And it's growing, and we want to continue to grow, and got some things in the works.
Oh, that's cool. What made you come up with Wrestling with the Heart?
Just trying to find a good hook for it. Like I said, I had tried to look at things that really hadn't been covered or talked about much. As you know, the wrestling podcast market is flooded with so many podcasts. I wanted to pick something that really hadn't been touched on, and charity work and volunteering and community service was something I think would be a good hook to get people tuned in. It's the human element. I think that's something that's important. Finding something that, is inspiring to people, and I think this was a good message to give to people. In addition to, we talk about, their careers as well, but it's another take on things. So I wanted to do something that was a little bit different, but unique.
Okay, you said you wanted to add like charity work with that. Like, what for everybody that wants to know, like, what charity work have you done?
Me personally, I have done stuff with Meals on Wheels in 54 here in my area. Delivered meals to the homeless and people that aren't able to afford meals for the holidays like Christmas and Thanksgiving, and actually donated some toys to some kids at this rescue mission for the holidays for around Christmas time. So those are a couple things that I've done around my area. So always willing to give back, always willing to help others that are going through a hard time in their life, and wanted to pay it forward to the next person.
Yeah, that's good. Like the guests you have on there, like so far, what guest you say was the, like, in your opinion, the most interesting one of them all?
So I've had quite a few. Like Al Snow was my first guest. Stevie Ray of Harlem Heat. Interviewed Victoria and Teddy Long, Devon Dudley. Mark Marrow was a good one. Jake the Snake Roberts. Those are some good ones. Candace Michelle, SoCal Val, Kelly Kelly. I just had Layla L on recently. She was very, very good. There have been some good ones I've had on the podcast so far, and looking forward to growing and continuing to prop the brand up. Working on getting my show on radio stations right now, trying to get it syndicated. And then I'm eventually going to write a book with the interviews that I've had on the show so far. And so just trying to make this something special. It's very unique, like I said, one of a kind. So trying to branch out and not just make this only a wrestling podcast. I want to make this something that people can enjoy and be inspired about.
Yeah, let's say a good round of interviews. I'm listening to your podcast someday. But like wrestling wise, like what got you like interested in it?
So I've been a fan since childhood. My dad one night was watching Monday Night Raw, and I just walked over to the TV. We bond, and so I just was like, what are you watching? He goes, I'm watching wrestling, and I see this big, larger-than-life guy with the Hawaiian shirt and sunglasses, and it was none other than The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And from there, I just was hooked right away, and this was like the tail end of the Attitude Era, and from there, I just became, immersed in it, and the rest is history.
Thought about wrestling yourself?
No, but I'm actually doing some ring announcing for a company here where I live in Ashland City, Tennessee. It's called Championship Honor Wrestling, and I'm actually going to be doing some commentary for a promotion in Alabama. So I'd love to get on that side of the business as a broadcaster. Like I said, I've been involved with radio now for over 10 years. I have done radio at the community college where I graduated from, and I currently work. I also have done a volunteer at a non-commercial radio station with a show called The Piano Men, which is a show about piano players in all genres of music, from rock to jazz to classical to pop. And I've had on a plethora of guests, like Jim Brickman, who is a Grammy-nominated pianist, also John Tesh, famous piano player and broadcaster, Michael Omardian, who played with Steely Dan and helped Christopher Cross get his start, singer Christopher Cross, and a guy named David Sanchez, who was one of the early members of Bruce Springsteen's E Street Band. So I've been doing that for 9 years, and had that show on a variety of different platforms as well. So just trying to increase my brand, and with that, I want to make Wrestling with Heart grow as well and take that to new heights.
And it seems like you're doing that good so far. So would you want to branch out and like your ring announcing and stuff like that? Would you like want to go to other states?
Yeah, I mean, always open. Just never say never.
Right, because who knows? Probably some stuff probably will come up. But excuse me. But anyways, any like the matches you saw, we're gonna start with like locally first. So any like local matches that you were watching or ring announce and stuff like that, you were just like, oh my god, that's a good match or whatever.
Yeah, I just recently announced a 30-man Rumble, so like a Royal Rumble style match. It's called the Ashland City Rumble, trying to figure out, who was eliminated and who entered in, and you get a script and you have to basically go, okay, well,
yeah,
this person's coming in, this person's eliminated, so it's all about paying attention, watching everything. So that's kind of the gist of it. But yeah, I mean, that was probably so far my favorite night that I've done it so far.
And as you like growing up, like what was your match that was got you like, wow, I really want to get into the wrestling business?
Well, I'm more of a character and story kind of person, so like anything with The Rock or Kurt Angle or even Stone Cold, their segments and promos and things like that were always my favorite. But in terms of wrestling itself, I mean, Eddie Guerrero was probably one of my favorite, like, what you I guess would call like a workhorse type of guy. He was so good in the ring, but also outside of the ring with his segments, his comedy was just one of the best. Just entertain. He was an entertainer. I mean, when he passed away, I was very, very, very sad. As a lot of fans were.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah. Wish he was still alive. If you have an opportunity to interview him, like what questions would you ask him?
Oh wow. I mean, I guess mainly like adjusting to the entertainment side of it. Who were your like inspirations of wanting to, for your comedy kind of stuff? Because I think his stuff with like the Latino heat with China, and then of course the stuff later with Los Guerreros, and then everything else is just hilarious. Always find a way to make people laugh, and that's something I think that a lot of people miss about Eddie Guerrero was his ability to just make people smile.
Right. But besides that, like a wrestler that's dead that you wish were alive today, which wrestler would you wish you could have interviewed besides Eddie Guerrero?
Owen Hart, I guess. I think that he was very, very good, very talented. That what happened in Kansas City, coming down from the rafters, was just horrifying. As a fan, it's like, wow, this happened. It's like you don't ever want to see somebody ever go through that, and I think that's somebody that I feel like would still be around today, had that incident not happened.
Yeah, it does kind of suck. He's like one of the few people I wish that was still alive, but yeah, it sucks. So, I know you wanted to expand your brand, but like, were there any ideas you think you're gonna like add into in the future? Because I know you said you got surprises, but or is there anything that you can tell us right now, or some of them you just gotta wait?
Yeah, it's just things that are in the works. I don't want to say too much, but we're trying to get more content out and trying to grow our audience and build our following. So that's kind of where we're at right now. So if anybody wants to check us out, we're on Facebook, we're on Blue Sky, we're on Instagram. Just punch in Wrestling with Heart, and it'll pop up. If you just punch in Wrestling with Heart with Stanley Karr on Facebook, you can find us there. On Instagram, and we're also on Threads too, by the way. We're at Wrestling with Heart on both Instagram and Threads, and Blue Sky is wrestlingwithheart.bsky.social. We're also on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and YouTube. Anywhere where you get your podcasts, you can check us out there. and we're always looking for guests, always looking for people to interview, and yeah, if you're in the business and have done stuff in your community, we'd love to have you on. So
Yeah, hopefully everybody will hear that. But were you thinking of any time like running your own company one day, like wrestling company?
never say never. I mean, I'm just in the beginning stages of this, so we'll see what the future brings.
Huh. I think that would be interesting. Because I know there's some people that they think they doing all this stuff like wrestling business, but they want to run their own. So I thought it would be like a good idea for some people to do it. So that would be interesting. But where do you see your channel growing or your podcast growing in the next 5 to 10 years?
Where do I see it heading? Well, I mean, I would like to say I can get up in the thousands on YouTube and eventually the millions. I'd like for my pages to grow. I mean, I just reached 1,000 likes on my Facebook page, and my Instagram, I think out of all of them, is really picking up. I've got over 1,000 followers, so I just want to hopefully get more followers on all my channels and platforms and get more guests on. There's a lot of people I'd love to have on and talk to, so just hopefully it remains to be seen. I'd like to get syndicated on radio, get more radio stations picking our show up, and we're on 2 right now. We're on in Atlanta, WDJY 99.1 FM, and we're also in Denver, Colorado. That's 92.9 Denver Open Media. So we're trying to get more places to pick us up and just go from there.
Oh wow, that's impressive. Very impressive. No problem. I had something, but I'm just trying to think. How did I lose it that fast? But anyways, since you say you see yourself 5 to 10 years and stuff like that with like growing, but was there like a guest that you haven't interviewed yet that you really, really want to?
Yeah, I mean, there's tons. There's tons of people. I guess like if I had to pick one person I would love to have on, I would love to interview Kurt Angle. I think he'd be a great guest.
Yeah, because I see some of his like interviews with like people. So, oh yeah, he's an interesting character. Yeah. Any wrestlers that you like actually like was happy like to meet, but besides like doing on a podcast, but just like really was happy to meet?
I mean, I've had the chance to meet so many people. I mean, Mick Foley, I got to meet him a couple of years ago in Nashville when they had the Starcast event around SummerSlam weekend. I've met The Undertaker.
Nice.
I've met the Bella Twins. I've met Tori Wilson. I've met Mandy Rose. I've met Lita. So many people. And hopefully, I'm going to be a vendor at this event called Rockin' Pod in Nashville on April the 12th. So if anybody's listening that wants to come down, it's a place, it's a convention where they're going to have music podcasters, but also other content creators that are going to be there. So hopefully if you come down and check us out, we'll have a table. But I'd love to go to more wrestling conventions and meet some more people and love to even get them on the podcast. So we're trying to get some more vlogs made of some things. I've made a vlog from WrestleCon from last year from Philadelphia. I've made one from WrestleCade in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, where I went to last fall. So I'm trying to get some more vlogs done of all the conventions that I've been to, and I'm planning to do one for Rockin' Pod. So, yeah, so many people I'd love to meet, for sure.
Okay, so you said you have been to a lot of conventions. Do you think there needs to be more wrestling conventions out there than it is now?
Well, I mean, there's always room. I mean, it's just a matter of the demand, right? I mean, it's just the demand for them. I think it's high, and there's a lot of people that love going to them. So yeah, I think more the merrier. Why not? Exactly,
I do believe that. Was there any like one convention that you were like real happy to be at, and you thought was very interesting?
I think the reception to what we're doing is phenomenal. I had the chance to network with other podcasters, other fans, and hopefully continuing to do that.
Yeah, you ever thought about, interviewing like fans and stuff like that at one point?
Yeah, I mean, that would be awesome. Maybe we can do that for the next convention.
Yeah, I think they'd be happy about that. But personally, where they can find you at?
Well, I mean, I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I'm on Threads. You can check us out, Wrestling with Heart, on Facebook. Wrestling with Heart with Stanley Karr. We're on Instagram and Threads at Wrestling with Heart. We're on Blue Sky, like I said, wrestlingwithheart.bsky.social. We're on YouTube at Wrestling with Heart with Stanley Karr, so you can subscribe. We're trying to get our subscribers up on YouTube, so please check us out, what we're doing. So that's where you can find us. We're not hard to find.
Yeah, that's cool. And like I said, we gotta set up an interview for you interviewing me, so we gotta set that up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so just after this, you can just get a hold of me and we'll talk about that then.
Okay.
Okay, like one more question. What do you think about women's wrestling overall?
I think it's evolved and changed for the better. I think there's so many great athletes now. It's incredible to see the work that they've done, and I'm a fan. I think there's a lot of great talents out there now. So you've got Charlotte Flair, you got Becky Lynch, you have Rhea Ripley's doing great things right now. You have Tiffany Stratton, Bianca, Jade Cargill. I mean, there's so many great female talents out there. So I'm happy that it's going really, really well.
Right. Okay, one more. I just came up with one. Who would you like to see in your area that's in the Indies Women Rise that you want to see get called up?
Indies, man. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody, but there's definitely a lot of great talents on the Indies right now. So I'd love for them to get their opportunity. So that's I think the more women's wrestlers there are in the market and the demand, I think they should all get opportunities to sign with whatever company they want to, whether it's WWE or AEW or TNA. There's so many great companies now, and I think wrestling's in a hot period where you have so many companies at your fingertips getting to watch their programming, check out their content. So I'm all for opportunities and competition. So
exactly.
Definitely deserve to be recognized for their hard work.
Exactly. I'm just keep coming up with more and more stuff. But what do you think about the collaboration with NXT and TNA?
It gives TNA more exposure. NXT is doing great right now. I think that you having a developmental system to bring up talent to the main roster, I think that synergy, I think, works. And I think TNA talent going there, I think, just gives the company more exposure, more just a chance to show their talents.
Right. Do you think the TNA and NXT deal was better than what TNA did with AEW?
I never really got a chance to see how that worked, so I can't comment on that.
No, I understand. But once again, thank you for being on here. And like I said, we got to set something up, and I appreciate you being on here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
No problem. You have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. That is Stanley Karr, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all heard like he got a lot of platforms on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and all that stuff. So y'all get a chance, check them out. This video will be up for those who's watching like live on here. This video will be up sometime today, but I'm probably going to put it up right away, and it'll be up today at 5 p.m. Central Time, and also will be on Spotify around the same time as well. So let me get a few shout outs out here. So I apologize if I when you're interviewing somebody, you just be in the zone. So Meshy Fan, hello, welcome to the channel. Lily, oh, I appreciate it. Thank you very much for loving the video. So, and thanks for the like too. I appreciate it. Okay, then yeah, there was other people that was going in and out. But oh, excuse me. Anyways, guys, we do got some more interviews like lined up next week, and I just got to figure out the schedule. And plus, I know me and him is going to set up something up, so we probably will do something. So they interview me, so it should be interesting. But anyways, if you're on Twitch, watching live, please, follow us on here. We'll do like live content like almost every day on Twitch. So, get a chance to watch. And thanks for the ones that viewing us, and also follow us on these channels as well. So anyways, and for you people that's watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Our goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers. Hopefully we can get there by the end of the year. So that's the plan. So without you guys, it would not be no us. Also, check out the 2,500 videos and counting on YouTube that we have. And also, we're one of the longest ranking channels on YouTube as well. Check out the website, wrestlingfanspeakout.weebly.com for, updated events in the Midwest. Also, photos we took at like special events, like wrestling events, and also at at Bucks events. So we talk about Milwaukee Bucks, we talk about wrestling, we talk about comic book movies and TV news. So we do that, and also we talk about developments that's going on in Milwaukee. So if this is a channel for you, please subscribe and all that. So hope support the channel. And plus we have videos like these that's on our website as well, and especially this show on Wrestling Talk, it has its own part of the website, so you get a chance, like we update every interview that we do, so get a chance to check it out. I think that's pretty much it. So I appreciate you guys like watching. We should be back on this Monday, but I think it's like later because I have other appointments that I gotta make on Monday. So I think one is at 4 and the other one is at 6. So bear with me. So yeah, lots of things coming up next week. And one more thing I need to ask. I need to put out there. April, although we're taking a little bit of break doing the podcast, we're gonna interview, friends and family. So I know I gotta start like getting that up, but should be interesting. So next month will be, more than just wrestling. Like we talk about, people's like, personal things and like that. I'm gonna have the wife on here. I'm gonna have my roommate, Mike, and also, part of the WFSO crew, because he's a wrestler as well. So, former wrestler. So you can talk to him. And I'm trying to get stuff set up, with fans and friends and family and stuff like that. So it should be interesting. Once again, thank you guys for watching. Until the next video, you guys have a good one and see you later.